Welcome back. This is Adam Bradley. You're listening to the Adam Bradley Show here every Thursday at 1 o'clock at WVOX 1460 on your AM dial or worldwide at WVOX.com. I'm on with my co-host, Nancy King, and we have our special guest, Damon Jones. And Nancy, I think you were about to ask a question to Damon.
I was about to ask a question. Damon, I looked at Mayor Thomas had a press conference over the weekend in front of the locked-up OK Freddy's butcher shop.
Yes.
And he was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yes.
And I found that troubling because, it sort of makes people think that, oh my God, to go to Mount Vernon, I have to be wearing, my Kevlar.
Right.
Or I'm going to be shot at. And for somebody who is so young and so bright and really wants to turn the image of Mount Vernon around, why the heck do you think he would appear in a bulletproof vest? And who do you think would advise him to do such a thing?
Well, I really, that's a question we asked also. It sends a terrible message about the people that live on 4th Avenue. It sends a terrible message about the Mount Vernon community. It sends a terrible message about the West Indian community, the Jamaican community, because OK Freddy's is a Jamaican business, and he serves the West Indian community. And it's real shocking to see a mayor out there. We never seen any other mayor stand with a bulletproof vest. But what's most disturbing is he had a new bulletproof vest when many of the police officers that are on the beat in Mount Vernon right now, bulletproof vests are expired. So, and that's an issue that he knew about. So for him to stand with a new bulletproof vest and not equip the men and women that work the street every day and put their lives on the line is another line of hypocrisy.
Well, I get concerned because also as mayor, you are the person that is showcasing your city. And one of the issues with Mount Vernon has been its reputation.
Right.
Rightfully or wrongfully.
Right.
And as mayor, your responsibility is to try to change that perception.
Agreed.
And by wearing a bulletproof vest,
it feeds into the
you are doing everything possible to make that perception that is bad continue.
Right.
As opposed to what a mayor is supposed to do, which is make the city more presentable because you want to showcase it.
Right, and you're absolutely right because, the city is predominantly African American people of color. And we already have that stigma of being violent and high crime. And for the mayor to stand there with no reason, he needs to explain. Did he get a death threat? Did anything like that happen? He needs to explain to the people of Mount Vernon. But for him to stand there with a bulletproof vest on and have his commissioner there without one.
Yeah, no,
and then he's standing behind the commissioner. So something, the buildings commissioner didn't have a vest on, so it couldn't be that dangerous if you didn't allow the female to wear a vest and you had a vest on.
Well, I just think that something's missing because as a mayor, you have a responsibility to try to promote your city, and if you're wearing a bulletproof vest, what are you promoting for your city?
Right. Now,
that being said, and I think that's a very important point.
Mm-hmm.
But that being said, I just have a question regarding this OK Freddy's thing because it sounds to me, and I want you to tell me because I don't really know the whole history here.
Right.
But that there has been a long-standing or at least prior relationship between OK Freddy's and the mayor and others. So I think that's an important point to try to get where things are at now to kind of know a history.
Yeah, what's real funny is that OK Freddy's was a big supporter
Jamie Pessin from Mount Vernon.
Of Richard Thomas. The yard that they shut down said it was legal. Richard Thomas used it. He used it to throw parties in. He threw a party for the graduating class of Mount Vernon High School. He utilized the yard. And as city council, if it was a history of all these violations and danger, why did he use the yard when it benefited him in He did voter registration drives out there
in the particular yard.
In the yard,
and he had barbecues.
Yes.
Campaign.
Yes.
And he never at that time said anything to
No.
OK Freddy's about its condition or anything.
Not to my knowledge, but if it was such a danger to the community, then why have those events there?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. We have a caller. Hello. Is it Richard Pessin? Is that right?
Jamie
Pessin.
This is Jamie Pessin. Good morning.
How are you?
How are you doing?
Okay. What do you have?
I have questions, and you have the answer guy on the line.
Okay.
So my question is that I'm reading an article Jonathan Bandler wrote. He wrote last week that the padlocks were ordered removed, and it gave the owners access to the property so they could fix the violation. My question is, does OK Freddy have the legal right to sell any goods at this point?
Have you read the court order?
No, he's asking you.
No, well, I'm asking him. Have you read the court order?
I have a question. I thought you had the answer.
No, I'm asking. No, but did you read the court order? The court order does not specific that OK Freddy's cannot sell their goods.
No, he's just asking.
Right, but
can he or can't he?
No,
he doesn't know.
Well, he's selling goods.
He is now.
According to his lawyer. Yes. Okay. He's selling goods. The court order does not say, and I think you could go on Black Westchester. I think the court order is up there. The court order.
The court order is on Black Westchester, www.blackwestchester.com.
Right. The court order does not say that he can't sell meats. It says that he cannot do the other things because what OK Freddy had in there, he had like a booth where he sold cell phone chargers and stuff like that. So he cannot do that, but he could continue to sell the meats.
Okay, and so to expand on your question, my understanding from everything I'm reading, Black Westchester, Lowhide, the different articles, is that they don't have a certificate of occupancy. And if they don't, then they would not be able to conduct business.
No, because of that cell phone booth, that violates the certificate of occupancy. So he has to knock down the cell phone booth, which he is in the process of doing. The problem is that the city did not do due process. They closed them down without giving them necessary violations first. And that's why the judge reopened them, because they didn't do the right thing. There's a process.
They reopened them for business or to make the repairs?
They're making the repairs, and he can sell his meats, because the violations was not about the meats. It was about the fire. It was two like alarms or something, and it was the cell phone booth, and he's taking care of all that. And actually, the judge never said they could go and padlock it again. So who's violating the order?
Okay, so it sounds like, from your opinion, I could go purchase at OK Freddy's today, and it wouldn't violate anything.
I purchased yesterday. I put it on Facebook. I purchased meat yesterday, and I asked everybody to support OK Freddy's, because if they could violate one business, they could violate every business, and they could take people's homes that way.
If I understand, Damon, your position on this, it's not whether there was a violation or not. Right. It's whether there was due process
in the violation,
in how they conducted
correct
their efforts to try to get conformity.
Correct.
It is unusual that without a violation you would padlock a place that had been open for a lengthy period of time.
Correct.
That being said, I think that's my understanding.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a defense of whether there was a violation or not.
Go ahead, Nancy.
I looked at the paperwork, and certainly under the previous certificate of occupancy, it was to be a butcher shop. And as in many immigrant neighborhoods, suddenly, you have a clientele that needs cell phone repair and phone cards and things of that nature. And that is what they got nabbed on, is that they weren't operating strictly as a butcher shop.
Well, I can tell you, my girlfriend lives in Flushing. And if you go to any store in Flushing, almost any store, you will find about 10 different mini shops within the store selling all of them. I guarantee you none of them are properly licensed. Anyhow, Damon, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Adam.
And we're going to follow this. It's
Yes,
very
please.
interesting what's going on in Mount Vernon. And this is the Adam Bradley Show. And Nancy King and I will be back next